If you're in any kind of leadership role right now, you're probably asking yourself how on earth you're supposed to navigate this whole new world of AI. Well, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to break down Google Cloud's official guide and turn it into a clear, actionable roadmap to becoming a leader in generative AI.
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? It's not really enough to just know what AI is anymore. The real challenge and the real opportunity is knowing how to apply it, how to build a strategy around it, and how to lead your team through this massive shift. And that's exactly what we're going to map out right now.
So before we get into the nuts and bolts, let's just be super clear about who this roadmap is actually for. Are we talking about the hardcore developers, the data scientists? Let's figure that out. And this right here is key. This whole guide isn't really for the person who's writing the code. It's for the business leader, the project manager, the strategist, the person who can look at a problem and say, hey, I bet we can use AI for that. It's all about being that crucial bridge between the technical world and the business world. Here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the absolute fundamentals. Then we'll dive into Google's specific AI toolkit. After that, we'll look at how you can actually refine your AI's output, and finally, we'll pull it all together into a solid business strategy. It's a clear path from the basics all the way to effective leadership. First things first, the fundamentals. You really can't lead a transformation if you don't speak the language, right? So this section is all about building that core knowledge base so you can walk into any AI discussion and feel totally confident. This is a perfect way to picture how all these terms fit together. So at the very top, you've got this big bubble, artificial intelligence, or AI. Inside of that, you have a smaller field called machine learning, or ML, which is basically where systems learn from data. And the part we're really focusing on today, generative AI, is a powerful application of machine learning that's all about creating brand new original content. Okay, let's talk about the engine that makes all of this go, the foundation model. The best way to think of it is like a brilliant new university grad who's literally read the entire internet. They haven't been trained for one specific job just yet, but they have this huge foundation of knowledge that can be adapted to do almost anything. Now, if that foundation model is our generalist graduate, then a large language model, or an LLM, is the one that majored in English. It's a specific type of foundation model that has been hyper-focused on understanding and generating probably the most complex thing out there, human language. This is what's powering all the chatbots and writing tools we're seeing everywhere. You're going to hear this term prompt engineering a lot, but all it really means is being a good communicator. It's the skill of giving the AI the right instructions, the right prompts, to steer it exactly where you want it to go and get the most valuable result possible. All right, with those key concepts under our belt, let's get practical. It's time to open up Google's AI toolbox and see what specific tools a leader really needs to know about. So, right at the center of this whole toolkit is Gemini. This is Google's powerhouse foundation model. You can think of it as the single brain that gets integrated into a whole bunch of different products and services to give them their AI superpowers. And here's what that actually looks like in the real world. You have the Gemini app itself, which is great for general tasks. Then you have Gemini built right into the tools you use every single day, like Gmail and Slides. And there's also a version for the more technical folks, helping them manage and build on Google Cloud. It's one powerful model used in many different ways. Now, when it's time to actually build something, you've got two main starting points. Think of Google AI Studio as your free playground. It's a sandbox where you can experiment and test out ideas really quickly. But when you're ready to get serious and build a real enterprise-level application for your business, you graduate up to Vertex AI Studio. And Vertex AI is so much more than just the studio. It's the whole shebang, the entire enterprise-grade platform. It's where you can browse for pre-built models in the model garden or use the model builder to train your own custom solution. For a leader, the easiest way to think of Vertex AI is as your company's central AI factory. Getting a basic response from an AI is pretty easy these days. But getting a consistently great, reliable, and valuable response, well, that takes a little more skill. This section is all about the techniques leaders need to understand to take their AI's output from just okay to truly exceptional. Let's start with prompting techniques. Zero shot is when you just ask the AI a question cold, with no examples. One shot is when you give it one perfect example of the answer you're looking for. And few shot, as you can probably guess, is when you give it several. The big takeaway for a leader is simple. Providing clear examples is one of the fastest ways to drastically improve the quality of your AI's answers. So, what happens when you need the AI to know about your company's private sales data, not just the public internet? That's where a technique called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG, comes in. It basically connects the AI to your specific private data, grounding its answers in facts that you control. For business accuracy, this is an absolute game changer. And this brings us to a huge risk that you have to be able to manage. Hallucinations. That's the industry term for when an AI just confidently makes things up. Now, techniques like RAG are a direct defense against this. As a leader, your job is to know this risk exists and make sure you have strategies in place to make your AI tools trustworthy. The final and probably most important check on AI quality is what we call human in the loop, or HITL. This just means building a process where a real person reviews, approves, or corrects the AI's work, especially when the stakes are high. It's all about combining the incredible speed of the machine with the irreplaceable judgment of a human. Okay, so we've got the concepts, we've got the tools, and we've got the techniques. Now it's time to bring it all together at the highest level, AI business strategy. This is where real leadership truly comes into play. A winning strategy really has these key pillars. And notice the themes here. You have to start with real business value, not just tech for the sake of tech. You need to create a culture of experimentation. And this is absolutely critical. You must build a strong foundation of responsible and ethical AI from day one. That can't be an afterthought. It has to be a prerequisite. A huge part of your strategy comes down to choosing the right tool for the right job. For any AI model, you've got to ask things like, how much information does it need to remember at once? That's its context window. And what's the right balance of performance, the trade-off between speed, accuracy, and cost for this specific project? These aren't just technical questions, these are core leadership decisions. And of course, no strategy is complete if you don't think about security. Now, you don't need to be a security expert, but you do need to know that frameworks like Google's Safe exist. They give you a structured way to manage risks and make sure your AI systems are built on a secure and solid foundation. So there you have it. The fundamentals, the tools, the techniques, and the strategy. You literally have the complete roadmap. The only question left is the one right there on the screen. How are you going to step up and lead the AI transformation in your organization?